The wine glass trembled slightly in my hand, not from the chill in the room, but from restraint. She sat at the head of the table, draped in crimson silk, eyes glinting with practiced superiority. Her laughter, sharp, brittle, cut through the hum of conversation. "Darling," she said, tapping her glass for attention, "we have a special gift for you this Christmas." Every face turned toward me. Her friends smirked. Her parents wore that same look of polite pity they always saved for me. The poor husband. She smiled sweetly, the kind that hides venom beneath its gloss. "The garage is ready for you," she announced. "We thought it was fitting, somewhere quiet for your projects." Laughter rippled around the table. Her boss, a smug man with too much cologne, joined in. My hands tightened around the stem. I forced a smile. I looked at her, really looked. The cruel joy in her eyes. The small twitch at the corner of her mouth when she saw me stay silent. She thought she'd won again. But tonight was different. Because tonight she wasn't mocking a broken husband. She was mocking the man who owned the company her boss worked for. She just didn't know it yet. 5 years of quiet humiliation. 5 years of pretending to be the failure she wanted me to be. When we met, I had already built my empire, an investment firm with no public face, no flashy CEO. I preferred the shadows. She preferred the spotlight. I let her have it. At first, her arrogance amused me. Then it began to rot. Dinner parties where she introduced me as between jobs. Conversations where she and her friends discussed real men, men with power, ambition, names that appeared in magazines. Once I overheard her tell her boss, "He's harmless, a sweet man, but dull." That word stayed with me. Dull. The kind of word people use when they think you've stopped watching. So I started watching. Her eyes lingered too long on him. Her phone lit up past midnight. She smiled at texts she never explained. But it wasn't the infidelity that burned, it was the contempt. The casual way she erased me from her world while still wearing my name. I didn't confront her. I observed. And when her boss bragged to a colleague about a certain married woman who adored him, my path became clear. For months, I prepared, quietly, patiently. Her boss, Richard Hale, was everything she worshipped, wealthy, connected, and stupidly careless. His company had been negotiating a merger with a firm known only by its initials, AC Holdings. My firm. I watched them scramble for approval, desperate for the deal that would make their careers. My lawyers, my board, my capital. It all moved silently, unseen. While they toasted champagne in their meetings, I signed papers in the dark, tightening the leash they didn't know existed. By December, the deal was finalized. Their company, his company, belonged to me. All that was left was timing. And she had just given me the perfect stage. I watched her across the table, her laughter echoing against the polished walls. Richard sat beside her, his hand a little too close to hers. She leaned toward him when she spoke, whispered, smirked. I let them enjoy their moment. My phone buzzed once, a message from my assistant. "Ready when you are, sir." I nodded slightly and slipped the phone back into my pocket. Seconds later, Richard's phone lit up. Then again. Then again. He frowned, checking it under the table. "Is everything all right?" my wife asked sweetly. He didn't answer. His face had gone pale. I raised my glass. "Something wrong, Richard?" He looked at me as if seeing me for the first time. He stammered. "Your AC," I finished for him. The table went silent. Forks froze midair. My wife's smile faltered. "What's going on?" I turned to her, my voice calm. "Your boss just realized who signs his paychecks." Her mouth opened, then closed. She looked between us, panic flickering in her eyes. You're joking. Not tonight. I leaned forward slightly. The company? The one you brag about? It's mine now. Bought out last week. Richard's phone buzzed again. Another message. Termination notice effective immediately. He stood abruptly, muttered something, and left, his pride trailing behind him like a torn flag. She stared at me, lips trembling. Why didn't you? Tell you? I interrupted softly. Because you never asked. You preferred your own version of me. She blinked hard, her breath catching. You planned this? No, I said. You did. After that night, I didn't see her for weeks. She moved out, apparently needing time to think. Her friends stopped calling, the house fell silent. It was peaceful, emptier, but honest for once. Then one evening, she appeared at my office. No makeup, no audience. Just guilt wrapped in silk. I made a mistake, she said. I didn't know. I cut her off. You didn't want to know. She reached for my hand. Can we start over? I looked at her fingers, once soft, now trembling. Start what over? The act? The laughter? The pity? Tears welled in her eyes, but they felt rehearsed. Everything about her did. So I said nothing. Just slid a document across the desk. A divorce settlement. Generous, clean, final. Her lips parted in disbelief. You're serious? Completely. She hesitated. You're really walking away from everything? I met her gaze. No, I said. I'm walking away from nothing. Christmas comes every year, but that one never left me. I remember the smell of roasted turkey, the flicker of candles, the sound of their laughter echoing like a verdict, and the silence that followed, when truth finally took the room. People think revenge feels like fire. It doesn't. It feels like ice. Slow, clean, absolute. That night, I learned that silence is the loudest sound you can make. And when she told me, the garage is ready for you, she never realized it wasn't me who was being sent there. It was her world, and I'd already locked the door.